What's up, guys? Zerda here, and today we are looking at who are the most entertaining champions in the UFC. We're going to be ranking these guys, right? So we're not talking about who's most entertaining in the Octagon, right? We're not going to have Tom Aspinall at number one or Dricus Du Plessis at number one, or, whoever you think is entertaining at number one. This is based on who's entertaining outside of the Octagon, right? So if you're not doing any interviews, if you're not doing any skits, if we don't hear a peep from you, if you're like Alexandre Pantoja, who is our least entertaining champion, you're not going to be ranked highly at all. Okay, so like for starters, we got Alexandre Pantoja, who disappears after every single fight. We don't hear a peep from him. I had to fucking scour the internet just to find this, and I guess it's a little interview that Pantoja did. I don't know when he did it. Last year. He did it last year, July 23. And that's the last fucking form of media that I could find from Alexandre Pantoja. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I genuinely don't hear a peep from this guy. This guy is quiet as a church mouse. He was more quiet than Leon Edwards was as champion. So, guys, we can't put this guy in the entertaining tier list whatsoever. This isn't a tier list. I keep calling shit tier list. But we can't put him in the rankings. He is literally unrankable. He's at the complete bottom of the entertainment list when it comes to champions. And yeah, I mean, let me know if you guys know what he's up to. Maybe it's just because I'm not from Brazil. Maybe this guy is like the loudest guy in Brazil, and he's always outside in Brazil. He's always doing something. He's at a movie premiere. He's doing fucking media in Brazil. Maybe I'm not seeing it, but I genuinely could not find anything about Pantoja when it comes to outside the Octagon. And even in the Octagon, this guy's not that entertaining, right? He could half guard camp happily. He'll be there with Brandon Royval just half guard camp and stinking it up, and he'll be happy with his performance, man. And he'll get on the mic and say, "Dad, are you proud of me, Dad?" Yeah, we're proud of you, bro. We're proud of you. And yeah, let's move on from Pantoja. I don't like to hate on him too much, but he does end up being a bit hated on the channel. He's a bit hated on the channel, not because of anything he's done, just because of, I mean, who really likes it? Who likes him? I'm genuinely still looking for that Pantoja fan. Let me know if you're a Pantoja fan, because I genuinely do not know anybody who is a Pantoja fan. Let's move on to the next guy, though. Next up, I decided to put Islam as the second least entertaining champ outside the Octagon. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's not entertaining. That doesn't mean he's not entertaining. It's just, to be honest, I don't see many interviews from this guy unless it's around that fight week time. Like, I don't hear that much stuff going on right now with Islam. I think he did an interview about something about Umar and Merab, something about that. That's the latest thing I've seen from him, but I don't see this guy on Twitter that often. It's Ali. It's fucking his manager is the one who's on his Twitter controlling it, so it's not like he's on Twitter beefing with anybody. And you'll get the occasional interview, but that's really it. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is entertaining when it comes to fight week. When it's fight week, he'll do a good job of like building up the fights. He'll have a funny interview with DC. He's a funny guy, right? He always has these funny little videos going out, but I just can't put him that high on the entertainment list when it comes to outside the Octagon, because, dude, if you're only doing like an interview per month and it's always in Russian, which it's not his fault that it's in Russian. He lives in fucking Dagestan, so obviously he's not going to be doing 1,000 interviews. He's not going to be on Joe Rogan every other week, but we do have to put you kind of low, because you're not making too many appearances out here unless it's like fight week. So we'll put you the second least entertaining champion. Let's move on to the third least entertaining. Next up, we got Tom Aspinall, and this isn't a dig at Tom. I actually like Tom, but I genuinely don't think he's that entertaining outside the Octagon. Like, sure, he'll have an occasional, and when I say occasional, I mean very occasional, because he started doing this recently, but he'll do the skit making fun of Jones and, calling him a duck, which he is, but he'll do that occasionally. Other than that, there's not much from this guy, right? You'll get the fight week interview, but who doesn't do that? Everybody does a fight week interview, and that's about it. You'll get the fight week interview. You'll maybe get a British interview twice a year. Like, I've seen this guy. I think he did True Geordie last year, and then he did a Paddy Pimblett interview. That's it. This guy's not out here left and right getting interviews in the street. He's not doing that. Sure, he might make an appearance in the, at some football arena, and there'll be a couple guys clapping for him, but that's it. You're not seeing this guy left and right doing random shit, right? He's not fucking riding a roller coaster like Alex Pereira at the theme park and taking selfies with 3,000 fans. There's not much when it comes to Tom Aspinall. He's a chill guy, but he's not Mr. Entertainment. He's not trying to entertain you, because he entertains you with his performances, and that's enough, right? He doesn't need to fucking be recording skits and shit like that all the time, right? So there's nothing wrong with it. I just gotta put him a little lower, and let's move on to our mid, right in the middle. Let's move on to right in the middle. Who's next? I decided to put Ilia Topuria Ilia Topuria right in the middle, bro. And the reason I did so is because, Ilia, he's not out here doing anything too crazy. Sure, he'll be on Twitter. He'll tweet at Max Holloway occasionally, say, bring your pillow to the fight because I'm going to put you to sleep. Or bring a helmet or hemlet. I think he calls it a fucking hemlet, which, Max better bring his hemlet because he is going to get knocked out. But other than that, this guy's not doing too much at a first glance, right? At a first glance, you're like, what's Ilia doing? But then, you see you'll see a TikTok of Ilia doing an interview, and it seems like this guy is interviewing every week. He genuinely is. It's just he's not in the U.S., so obviously he's not on Joe Rogan's podcast, or he's not doing the Mighty Mouse interviews or whatever, because this guy lives in Spain. So in Spain, he is an insane celebrity out there, and he's always doing a street interview, or he's doing a TikTok with some fans here. He loves to punch his fans in the stomach, which is pretty cool. He likes to give them a good shot, make them fold. And he also had a movie premiere. So we saw him at his movie premiere, and he's been at some other movie premieres as well. And then he'll try, he's not Mr. Skit. He's not Mr. Skit because he's a serious guy, right? Obviously, Topuria is going to be super serious. No time for making funny jokes, right? But occasionally he'll do something like this, which is absolutely badass. The Merab and Ilia Topuria collab here, which was absolutely badass. That was such a cool little pose that they did here. Just a ton of aura. And other than that, you'll get a couple, you'll hear some peeps out of this guy, right? He's not radio silent, and he hasn't fought for a while, so obviously he should be out here making his name in the media, trying to do something, and he does. He'll hop on Ariel Helwani, he'll hop on, I don't fucking know, some other interviews, and you'll hear some stuff from this guy, right? So we could have put him right at the middle, I'd say. But let's move on to some of the more entertaining champs now. Next up, we got Dricus Du Plessis. I'm putting Dricus Du Plessis at, what, the fucking 5th or whatever? Where the fuck did I put him? 5th. He's 5th, right? And the reason I put him above Ilia is because this guy is recording interviews with guys like MMA Guru, right? This is one of the rare champs that we get. The only other one I can think of is maybe Sean O'Malley, or maybe has Belal done it? I don't know. But we've got some champs who interview with the fans or interview with these content creators, and Dricus is one of those guys. So you got to give a lot of respect to Dricus for showing the MMA media some love. Other than the fucking mainstream media, he's showing these guys like MMA Guru some love, and he's interviewing with them. And then we got him on Twitter. He's always doing some funny shit on Twitter. We got him making fun of the fucking Lunchables shit that Mr. Beast is doing, which is a complete disgrace, by the way. But we got him making fun of that shit, which absolute Chad move from fucking Dricus. I always love Dricus. Doesn't care what the fuck he does. He makes fun of anything. He goes out of his way to make fun of shit, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the consequences. So that is why we could have put him up high here. And we also got him doing these skits. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with his face in this, because he looks like a crack addict, but he did the chicken burger fucking skit, and that's pretty tough. And we got him doing some, I don't remember what the fuck this skit was, but he's done a couple skits, right? So this guy, he'll make a couple appearances in the media, right? He won't be radio silent. He'll actually try and make an effort to appear in the media, whether it's by fucking tweeting some shit, doing an interview, or recording a fucking skit. I don't know. I think that Dricus is entertaining when it comes to outside the octagon and in the octagon. But, since we're only talking about outside, we gotta put him in the fucking, pretty high up there, because he does a good job. But let's move on to what, our third fucking guy. I don't know what the fuck we're at. Okay, who gives a shit? Let's just move on. Remember the name Muhammad. Okay, we got Belal. Remember the name Muhammad. I'm putting him up quite high, and that is a common theme. As you can see, we haven't put Merab in here yet, because he's going to be kind of high too, because these guys who are a bit boring in the cage, they got to make up for it somehow. So Belal does a good job of making up for it, right? He's always on Twitter. He even joins Twitter spaces with MMA Guru and Darren Till, and he's funny, right? He genuinely does a good job of being funny, and he takes the hate and he doesn't care. He embraces it, right? He does a good job, because a lot of these guys, if you get the hate that Belal gets, they're going to be out there crying, complaining, why don't I get respect from the fans like fucking Tyron Woodley? He's going to be saying, why am I not getting the respect from the fans, man? I genuinely need respect. Okay, Belal knows that people disrespect him, and he doesn't care. He embraces it, he makes fun of those fuckers, and he also does shit outside of the octagon, right? This guy is doing interviews. He's doing a lot of interviews. He's on Joe Rogan this week, then he's on fucking Mighty Mouse. Next up, he's going to be fucking doing, I don't fucking know, right? He's always doing an interview. He's doing news interviews as well. And I mean, this guy makes an effort. He makes an effort to show some face, unlike the previous welterweight champ, Leon Edwards, who did 0 interviews during his whole title reign. I don't know if I could find a single Leon Edwards interview. But like, I literally don't know. The last interview I've ever watched with Leon Edwards was this Joe Rogan one. And that was like, what, 4 years ago? So I think it's a good change. It is a good change. They were both pretty boring in the octagon. So at least now we get somebody who's trash talking. He is trash talking. That's also adding to his entertainment. And we also got this guy doing shit like getting his own day named after him. This guy got a Belal Muhammad day named after him, September 20th, I think, for the city of Chicago. So that's pretty fucking cool. You know, he's showing up for Chicago. And I can't even think. This guy is doing stuff all the time, though. I don't know if he's done any skits. I can't remember right now. But you guys can't lie. Belal is definitely making an effort. He might be, I'd say maybe this guy might be a little below Dricus, but I'm putting him above just because he makes a lot of an effort. He makes a lot of effort to appear as entertaining outside the octagon. So I'm going to put him up here. Let's give him some respect, guys. Let's fucking, you know, I am the #1 respect giver on YouTube. I'm always giving these guys respect. And I just think we should take a moment to clap it up for Belal. Right? Let's fucking clap it up. That probably sounds terrible through the mic, but let's move on to our second to last guy. For our second to last guy, we got Merab Dvalishvili. Okay, now I know people call him cringe and shit, but guys, at least this motherfucker's trying. At least he's trying, because he knows that he's not Mr. Entertaining in the octagon. He's not fucking blowing up the building. Not in that way. He's not blowing up the, like, the people aren't fucking rising in their seats and giving him a standing ovation when he fucking 50-45 somebody, okay? They're not doing that, but he tries his best outside the octagon to do shit like jumping in a lake. Who else is jumping in a lake? I'm sorry, that is pretty fucking funny. Call him stupid if you want, but it's fucking funny, okay? It's funny. The shears where he's cutting his stitches with shears. Nobody does that. Who does that? I mean, this guy's a different beast, guys. And then we got him swimming. You know, this guy records some swimming challenges that I've seen in the past. We have him on his trip to India, which was pretty good. This guy is a world traveler. He even ate Indian street food, which is actually a pretty good, you know, it's a good challenge. And I actually respect him for doing that. It's a brave challenge. I can't believe this guy fucking, how the fuck do you eat Indian street food, bro? Who in their right mind eats Indian street food? Only Merab would do some shit like this for our entertainment, okay? He did it for our entertainment. He's done it all over the world. He went to Mexico, Georgia, obviously it's his country, but he's fucking gone all over the world. He's a bit of a world traveler, guys. So, and then we got his skits. I know people call them cringe, but guys, I mean, listen, you got to look at it this way. What the fuck is Merab doing in the cage? So, like, he could at least make up for it outside the cage, and he does. He's always flying out the fucking Sean O'Malley lookalike and recording skits with them. And I don't even know. He's dancing. He's like fucking dancing in Mexican restaurants. This guy does a good job of trying to hype up his fights as well. He hyped up the O'Malley fight. He's always trying to, he's just trying to build himself, man. He's trying to better himself. We got to give him some respect, you know. Say what you want about the guy's fight style. It's not that entertaining, obviously, but at least he's trying. At least he's fucking trying. Let's move on to our last and our most entertaining champion, who, I mean, we already revealed it. It's Alex Pereira, the only guy who we have not gone over yet. I don't know why the fuck I only put 3 photos here, but we got this guy. First of all, he's here with Mark Zuckerberg doing some fucking jiu-jitsu, but this guy did a whole skit with Mark Zuckerberg, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but he's doing skits with Mark Zuckerberg. He's doing skits with Nina Drama. He's doing skits with fucking not Sean Strickland. I don't know. He's always recording shit, though. He's always recording shit. Him and his boy Polinio Cruz or whatever. Is that the fucker's name? The fat guy? He's always recording videos with them. And, you know, they'll be recording a day sparring with Sean Strickland or their trip to Australia. This guy was taking trips to Australia 2 weeks before his fight. I know he took this fight on short notice. The one with Yuri, the second one with Yuri. He took that shit on short notice. But when he accepted it, he was in Australia on like some tour. And so this guy's he's just traveling. He's recording himself in supercars. He's helping people fix their tires and shit. I remember, I saw that. I think he was on the way to the arena or some shit for UFC 303, and he fucking pulled on the side of the road to help a guy with a flat tire. I mean, that is just generous. That is entertaining. He does it for the clip. He is a clip farmer, but he's entertaining as well, okay? He is entertaining outside the octagon. Also in the octagon, we got him on roller coasters. And this isn't his only time on a roller coaster, right? He went to like an amusement park with Kayla Harrison and a bunch of other UFC fighters. So this guy, he is always looking to, you know, show face and genuinely good. He's looking to entertain us. And I think that's why we like him so much, because this guy, sure, he's entertaining in the octagon, but he also does a good job of trying to be entertaining outside the octagon and, you know, do interviews. I mean, the thing is, this guy can't really do interviews in English, so we don't see necessarily as many interviews as a guy like Belal Muhammad necessarily, but he's always trying to do an interview. He is always trying to do an interview, and you gotta respect that. He's doing his interviews in fucking Brazilian or Portuguese, sorry. He's doing his interviews in Portuguese, and then we get fucking clips from it that Dricus responds to because he's calling out Dricus and shit. So he's always trying to, like, entertain us, always trying to set up a new fight, talking about John Jones up here, then Dricus, and then fucking Magomed, who... he never really talks about Magomed. I do have to admit that. He never really talks about Magomed. Do I think he's ducking Magomed? No, not necessarily. I think he's going to beat Magomed. But listen, guys, that's beyond the point. I just spat. What the fuck am I doing, bro? But that's beyond the point. I'm putting Alex here as the most entertaining champ outside the octagon. And he's also one of the most entertaining inside the octagon. So let's give our fucking respects to Alex, okay? I think we already do, but, you know, I think we're going to give him some more respect. But that's it for the video, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed. Just want to do a little video like this, you know, going over the champs and who I think is entertaining. Because there's been a lot of talk about, like, Merab and Belal and people acting like we're in the fucking dark ages. I'm sorry, but that's not the truth. I already made a separate video on this, but look, these guys tried their best. They tried their best, and we're still going to get good matchups like Umar versus Merab. So let's not complain our fucking asses off and act like, oh, it's the end of the fucking world because Merab's the champ, okay? Okay, let's not act like that, man. Let's give him some respect. And yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe I fucking put somebody way too high, or maybe I put Tom Aspinall way too low, or Pantoja. Maybe Pantoja should be S tier, actually. He should be at the fucking tip top of this list. And I'm such a hater, such a Pantoja hater. He should actually be at the top of the list, guys. But that's it for the video. Like and subscribe. You know, we're trying to grow the channel here. Like and subscribe, comment, whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.